Welcome to Model Horse Tax School. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to start English saddle assembly, and this is the one I call Type 1. So go down the pattern pieces really quickly. Craft foam is padding, so this can be suede. It doesn't have to be the 16-inch thick craft foam. It can be suede. You got your aluminum. This is for your structural support, the seat, and the heads. Skiver. Okay, so if you're going to order Skiver, it's about 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So 5.5 by 3.5. If you need to order that, like on Rio Grande, and you need to know what size, if they have it, don't know. So this is tooling leather, right? And there's like no real gift to it. So I do recommend tooling leather for these pieces here. And then all of these would be in chrome tanned or tooling leather. You could do it in tooling leather too, either way. Okay, so let me get these cut out and then I'll be back. Okay, so we're going to start with the fixed head, and we're going to go ahead and put the lining on. The lining doesn't have any stitching to show that it's, on the outside. And then we'll put the skiver piece around so we can cover up that aluminum. You put that on top of that lining piece. This here you need to work it pretty good to get it in there so you don't have any seams or anything around the very tip. Now the cover piece, which I did put some stitching into, that there not is going to cover all of that, so it's not critical that it's perfect, but you can see how that works there. Now we're doing the leaping head. Leaping head, same thing. There's one piece that's kind of like the cushion for the leg, goes on the inside. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that to the cover piece, the cover skiver. I like to cut that there and then go ahead and glue it down. That's going to get tucked into the skirts. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and do what we did to the other one. Pretty much same thing. Get it all to look as smooth as possible. Now I'm fortunate that I've got some really thin skiver here, but I did have to use the USMC black dye on it, so it's starting to transfer to my fingers. You'll see them slowly get darker and darker. I'll have to definitely seal that. Okay, at the bottom, trimming away that excess there, making sure that it's tucked around. And last piece, this has a stitching detail on it, and that's going to go right there on the outside. So my two heads are done. Now I'm going to work on the seat for the tree. And just inside those dotted lines, make sure you match it, because it's not a symmetrical saddle, it's asymmetrical. Now we're going to put on the seat cover. Just put a little glue to kind of stay it in place. I don't really want to glue it down completely. Just a little bit easier. There we go. Let's get that centered now. To get it so that it doesn't slip around. So now we're going to do the edges. Get that edge. And then we'll do the edge on the other side. That's just that little ledge where there's no padding. Get that done. And then starting to glue down the flaps a little bit at a time. So I wanted to make sure that I got the front, the cut back part will be seen. And then we'll try to do like one or two flaps at a time from each side, lay it over. The point here is to cover the aluminum and the padding so that nobody can see it. And the cutback can be a little bit of a challenge. I think I've got enough darts and things in there. So let's go ahead and whatever works for you. There's no real science to this. What it's supposed to look like on the back. So what it looks like on the front is really what matters. So I just keep gluing down, and then I trim so I don't get too much overlap. Every time I do this, it's a little bit different because the piece, this tree will sit differently. Um, it's just whatever's going to work for you. And trim away the excess. You don't need it.
Usually it's there just to help you because tiny pieces are so much harder to work with. So bigger pieces, and then you can get it right where you want it, trim it down. Now we're going to do the back. This is where we're going to kind of make those darts so that the back of the saddle is as smooth as possible. Remember, this is a historical saddle, so it's going to look a little different than you're used to as far as padding and construction. It's not the same as our modern saddles. It's going to be a little bit different. There I'm working the edge to make it as smooth as I can, getting all the wrinkles in the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and just cut away all that bunched up stuff there, and that makes it nice and smooth. And now I'm going to shape it over something. You can use a Sharpie. I'm using my stylus right here, but I want to get that curve right there in the seat. It's a very slight curve because remember, it's not an astride saddle. Now we need to add the fixed head to the front, and in this case it'll be front left. So make sure that you have the lining or the side that's the stitch on the outside, and then I use my finger to kind of. Okay, now we're going to add one of the skirts. It's the outside or right skirt. I've skived the edge so it'll lay flat. A little bit of glue just along the curve there. Fit it right in the front, tuck it in there, and let that sit for a bit to dry. And meanwhile, I'm skiving the other pieces to try and thin those out a little bit. There's two pieces, two skirts or flaps on the left-hand side. This is the bigger one. We'll do the bigger one first, match it so that it reaches all the way around. Man, did I get glue all over the place. So you want it to match in that corner back on the seat. Bring it all the way around so that it covers the cutback. And then the other piece has also been skived. So we're going to put a little glue just on that curve. And we'll tuck that in right on top. It's going to be flush in the front with the edge of the horn. Okay, that's how that fits. Now we're going to add in the leaping head. So the leaping head goes in the opposite direction as far as the skiver side is facing outward. All right, tuck it in those slits that we pre-cut. Give it a little pull so it's a curve. Pull that aluminum in, get that tucked in there and glued down. And then we're going to go ahead and clamp that. Next, we're going to put in our pins. This is about 1.25 inch pins. I'm going to reopen or pre-open the holes that were already punched in per the pattern piece so we get all the way through all the layers. This is the side. I'm going to turn this pin into the stirrup bar. You can use a D strap instead if you prefer. So I'm going to put it over where the stirrup's going to be, and then I'm going to bend it so it's straight across that stirrup hole. And then I'm going to bend it again so it'll tuck right in there underneath that piece of leather. And I'll glue the leather down. There. Tuck it down, hold it in place. Probably should just clamp it, but we're working on the other side. Tuck that in 90-degree. Bend it so it'll fit right underneath that leather tab. We'll glue that down. All right, now there's a small piece of leather I said to keep. We're going to go ahead and use that right now. Let's put some glue on it. And then we'll go ahead and cover up. Okay, while the glue is setting up or drying, we'll set it aside and we're going to work on the flaps. This is the lower part. This is really pretty much the rest of the pieces. Make sure you match them. This is not a symmetrical saddle, so one is a little bit longer than the other. We're just going to glue it down the center. We're going to fold it over like that. That way I've got a finished edge on the inside. A little bit of glue there on the foam, fold it over. There we go. So now we can glue right along that edge and really only need to do it around the front foam. I went ahead and just did this all at once. I should have slowed down a little bit for you guys. But anyways, we're going to place that right side up. And then we're going to use my stylus to smooth around the padding. And then we're going to go ahead and smooth around the edge of that so we don't see any wrinkles. Try and get that piece right in the half or whatever half is. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. That's the short side. Everything should match and line up. And this time I took my time. I was able to like use the stylus there before. Oh yeah, that was a little bit long. Okay, so now we're going to smooth out that back piece again. Get that laid down, work it around that curve. That's going to be the biggest challenge, is working around the curve with a leaping head and also with this a lower piece. And then if the doesn't fit perfectly, go ahead and do a trim. All right, now I've made 5 D rings, and now I need a 4-inch piece of leather lace. I'm using 3/32 here. You can use 1/8 if you want. All right, now that that's dried a little bit or set up a little bit, I'm cutting off all of that bulk, all those wrinkles. And now I'm going to put that strap diagonally like that. Then we're going to start placing our Ds. The first one I'm going to do is for the crooper. That's going to go center back of the saddle. And then these are decorative, these 2 pieces, these Ds. Don't necessarily have them. I put them on usually. You could put a different type of little bag on there if you want. But those are going to be right along there. You could put the top on and make sure it's in the right place. We need 2 Ds for the martingale in the front. They just go on the ears of the trees that stick out. Make sure the Ds actually stick out beyond the ears of the trees. Kind of smoothing everything out. Preparation for the next step, that is to put your billet straps on. And that goes right side to wrong side, right side up for the billet straps. Right there, centered like that. Getting out clamps. We're going to go ahead and do the full assembly of the top and the bottom. You need lots of clamps for that, lots of glue. Right there in the center, all the way from the front, all the way to the back. Make sure that your back is flush and then glue all the way around. Be careful of the heads in the front. I have accidentally smashed them before with clamps trying to do this. So just be very careful. I have different length ones, different sized ones to make sure I'm clamping all the way around. And we'll put that aside so it can dry. Once it's dry, remove the clamps, and then we're just going to glue down those flaps from the upper skirts and tuck them into the crack all the way around to back center. And if you have to trim a little off to make sure your D is hanging out the back, that's good. And now this is the cross strap. I'm going to go ahead and buckle that. I've already made my girth. And go ahead and put a point on that strap. We need a couple of keepers. And I'm using 3/32 lace that's been skived to make those keepers. Make them about 1/2 inch apart. 2 is normal. If you want, you can make one of them a sliding keeper. That's up to you. I decided on 2 fixed keepers. And this is my other technique. There we go. It only takes about 5 seconds for the white glue. There's your balance strap. Okay, for the little pouch, I'm just going to glue the top to the back, flush at the very top, like that. Get rid of the extra glue. This is for looks only. And I'm just going to put it centered on the off strap, the ones away from the horns. So she can reach down there and get a tissue. She has to. Okay, that's the assembly of the curved size saddle 1. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. Like, subscribe, tell all of your friends about this fantastic channel. Leave comments, suggestions of any tack you might want to do. I'll see if I can put it on the list. And have yourself a really good day.